Tournament of Champions. I beg to differ. All right, welcome. That's not my forte, so I'm going to skip all of that. Remember, we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, and we're active on X, Nigeria Info PH. I've got 3 conversations I'd like to bring your way quickly today. Today is not so much of a news day, not so much happening outside. So here in the studio, we're going to try our best to make, use of the little information flying around. So let's see. Rivers family accuses police of son's arrest, torture. Army won't interrupt Nigeria's democracy, coming from the Chief of Army Staff. And grassroots empowerment continues across the 23 local governments in Rivers State. So these are my 3 big stories for today. And I would quickly, I'm trying to rush, yeah? I'll quickly start with my number 1 big story, as seen on the Punch newspaper. Rivers family accuses police of torturing their son. First of all, arresting him and torturing him. You can find that story on the Vanguard newspaper. All right, this one says, I'm reading the article now. The family of a man, Isaac Alagbaria, has accused men of the Rivers State Police Command of illegally arresting and torturing their son after breaking into his hotel room along Ado George on the outskirts of Port Harcourt. The family at a news briefing in Port Harcourt yesterday alleged that their son, Isaac Alagbaria, was arrested by the police at the Osmosis Hotel along the Ado George axis of Obiakpo local government area of the state after they forced themselves into his room. Isaac's elder brother, Asime Alagbaria, described the torture and arrest as unlawful and demanded his immediate and unconditional release. He stated, and I quote, on August the 5th, 2024, men of the Nigerian police force clad in mufti arrived at the Osmosis Hotel on Ado George Road and broke into the hotel room of her son and brother, Mr. Isaac Bristol Alagbaria, he was arrested and taken away to an undisclosed location. Family members didn't get wind of the incident until the following day because the hotel manager was an alleged police informant working closely with them. He also accused the police and the hotel manager of cutting away his brother's personal belongings, even as he chided a first-generation bank for illegally releasing his younger brother's bank details to the police without his consent. The Nigerian Police Force Anti-Kidnapping Unit, in connivance with the hotel manager, took away Isaac Bristol Alagbaria's personal diary containing the reference phrase, email password, and login details of his cryptocurrency account containing well over 27,200 US dollar, which is approximately 43 million naira. We're disappointed at the bank for allegedly illegally releasing a photograph of Isaac Bristol Alagbaria through his BVN with the said bank in their haste to tie him to the PDOM X account. However, the Punch investigation revealed that banks do not need to release any customers' BVN, as anti-fraud and anti-money laundering agencies have access to every Nigerian's BVN. It was gathered that apart from security agencies having access to customers' BVN, every financial institution in the country can also access any individual's BVN. Now, it's really a situation of the police yet again. Yesterday we mentioned, as it relates to the late Chikwere, is it Okereke, I beg your pardon, the late Okereke's situation where he was tortured and all of that stuff. And right now, as we speak, there's another allegation against the police of torture and illegal arrest. We're yet to hear from the police, but from the article, it looks like it is linked to a social media account, on X, that seems to have a lot of controversy surrounding that very account, right? PDOM X is known for setting strong posts on social media, does setting controversial, for instance, what's the Oni, right? The Oni, the Oni, right? He was trending once upon a time, and it was because of certain posts made by that account on X. And the owner of the account I hear has been arrested. The owner of the account, their stories, has been arrested. I'm wondering if it is connected to this article is written, and we're being told that the person has got so many questions to answer. But if indeed it is linked, and the true situation is that is the person who indeed owns the account, I wonder if what's it called now? If the police has followed the books in arresting this person. Did they have an arrest warrant? Do they have so many questions, but I would like to get your thoughts basically, because this is one of the big stories out there trending on social media. I've got a commercial coming up before I can tell you more about the second big story. When I do come back, you and I will talk some more. Please do stay tuned. To Hard Facts and 92.3 Nigeria Info. I'm just here in the studio reading out the big stories. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. I was about reading out the second one. Not much to say about it. Just the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tauri Lagbaja, reiterating that despite the numerous calls, the plethora of calls for the army to intervene. Like I mentioned when I started, the country is going through some tough economic season. And despite the call for the army to take over, the army will not intervene. According to the article, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagwaja, is saying that the Nigerian army will resist all calls for undemocratic intervention in governance by the armed forces of Nigeria, saying it is not poised to lose the new prestige it has painstakingly built in the past 25 years. Now, the Chief of Army Staff stated this in his opening remarks during the opening ceremony of the Chief of Army Staff Combined Second and Third Quarters Conference 2024 held at Akwa Ibom State Council of Chiefs Hall, Uyo, yesterday. So one of the big stories making the rounds. So for those of you who say, no, the army rule or military rule is way better, they're saying, hey, we're not ruling anymore. We're now very much inclined to democratic governance, and we're going to stick to that. So what do you make of that? What do you make of that, really? I'd like to get your thoughts on that one. Let's quickly look at my third big story, and this is one I would like to dwell so much on. Now, if you've been following our broadcast from early hours of today, sometime around 5 when Morning Crossfire started, you must have listened to the 6 o'clock news where, you must have heard that the chairman... Okay, no, before I even get to that one, let's see. I'll start from here. No. I need to paint a good picture. Where is it now? So basically, a majority of the stories in that bulletin, the 6 a.m. bulletin, did carry reports of CTCs, caretaker committee chairman, empowering their community people. And I know you and I have talked about this on several occasions. For instance, the chairman of the caretaker committee in the Ikwere local government area, Darlington Orji, empowered 130 women with 50,000 naira each. Dr. Orji gave the money to the beneficiaries during the inauguration of the Ikwere chapter of Rivers Women Unite for SIM in Ishopo. That's one story. According to him, he said it is in line with Governor Siminalayi Fubara's vision to enhance the well-being of the people of Rivers State. So I needed to underline that part. I return to it. The vision of the governor is to enhance the well-being of the people of Rivers State. But then the big question I want to ask on the show is that how to enhance the well-being? We get to that. We get to that conversation. We get to that argument shortly. But then again, if you look further, am I looking at the wrong bulletin? I did see a couple of stories earlier. I think in Buguma, or is it in Asari Toro local government area, there was also, the disbursement of certain items, said to be, this is the story. As grassroots empowerment continues across the various local government councils in Rivers State, the caretaker committee chairman of Asari Toro local government area, Orolo Sama Makri, has empowered at least 230 people living with disability with 50,000 naira, while handing 6 wheelchairs to some elderly cripples. Mr. Makri, who said he was moved by compassion to touch the lives of those with disabilities, also promised to place them on a monthly salary. All right. Mr. Makri gave out 975 bags of rice to the 13 wards in Buguma earlier this week. The State Commissioner for Housing, Basone Benibo, also commended Governor Fubara. All right. So that is not a story on empowerment. I'm looking for more. Just give me a minute. And if you listened to yesterday's bulletin as well, you must have heard, a lot of these empowerment stories out the chairman. I mean, Oibo, I suppose. So, I think they're an pro for the week, right? I'm more stories in a minute. Now, this says, this is the AM News. The committee chairman of local government area in River State, Marvin Bana, has announced, is it stipends now for traditional rulers in the area Mr. Yobana made this known at the Council Secretariat on Tuesday during a stakeholders meeting with traditional rulers, city executives, and youth for local government development. He reaffirmed the courage to work with the bull as Mr. Nasega for informed that they are the custodians of peace and security in the LGA. All right, so part of the empowerment program. I'm going to read some more. Just give me. All right. Stipends for community leaders to carry out their function in Kana local government area. Okay. All right. But basically, you get the picture I'm trying to paint, right? I'm trying to, scroll through all of the news items for today to, because I liked a couple of them earlier today while preparing for the show. But yeah, let's stop there. Even yesterday, if you go back to yesterday's news bulletin, you would see similar things. C2C chairman here, even on Facebook, if you go, you see similar things. My question is this what you need, especially you living in the community? Is this the development you need? Is this because it's really a source of argument, or should I say debate, amongst scholars, amongst development experts? Is this the development you need? I'd like to hear from you. 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0002. Now, the reason why I'm asking this question, I know I've asked it before, it's because I am very much concerned. The level of development deficit in the various communities across the 23 LGAs is something that is worrisome, and it's something that we need to talk about. Now, you could even look at it from the angle of the overpopulation of Port Harcourt, so to say. It is because, there are no enough facilities, development facilities, basic amenities in the various communities, in the various LGAs. So I'd like to get your thoughts. And while you're talking, please remove sentiments, political sentiments. 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. I've got Godspire from your Che. Godspire, welcome. Let's get your thoughts, please, quickly.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. Yeah, good afternoon.
I've been hearing empowerment of relatives to local people. Like Omuma, they give them bicycles, some buses, some motorcycle, and all of that empowerment. I don't know whether the electricity is still working. One LGA2, they said they have renovated the electricity with transformer, so that people will be getting electricity. My concern is a key local government. I'm directing this one to Honorable Otami John, I think, on Kubo. I don't know, I stand to be corrected. I've not had any palliative here in Echie. I don't know what they've done it, whether I traveled that time they did it. I don't know, because I've not had any empowerment program. Because he can stop that and connect the NEPA from Komoko, Choko to Toki at least to some extent. It's an empowerment too. It's not only rice every time.
Right.
But my fear is I've not had anything. Except that day I said they use the old block to put at the Chokoche junction.
Right.
I don't understand whether I stand to be corrected, whether that 1 billion they gave to other LGA caretaker, whether our own received or have not received.
All right. Thank you, Godspire. I've got to go.
Hello?
I've got to go, really.
Another chairman called.
Okay.
And that yes, you did it here and here and here. Let me hear.
All right,
so that I know I upgrade my record.
All right, thank you.
Now,
Thank you, Godspire. I've got to go. Thank you very much. Godspire's problem is it is not reaching his local government. He thinks what the other local government chairmen are doing is, or local government caretaker chairmen are doing, it's empowerment enough. And he wants his local government caretaker chairman to emulate. I've got Mike from OG. Mike, welcome. Mike, what is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you quickly.
Yes, let me answer the last caller. You won't be aware until you join Simplify Name Family.
Oh, really?
How they introduce. I'm calling from Grassroot now. See, if you didn't join them, you won't get anything. See, let me tell you. They have representatives in every ward. Based on that, their committee. the man will write names. Maybe as I'm from Woji now. The one presenting Woji will write names. You make sure that he is a defined member. You take the names to the local government caretaker chairman.
Okay.
With the number, they will call you. That is why nobody is hearing it. And that's what the governor told them to do. They are doing structure. And this is not politics.
Okay, so Mike, why should I believe you? Because you sound like you're not a member of the Simplified movement.
I'm not. I won't be a member of the family. I'm a PDP member.
Okay, you see. So why should I believe your? Why?
Because
tell me. I'm listening.
Are you aware that they brought two trucks of food from each state, from federal government?
Okay.
Now I'm from Obiabo. As I'm talking to you now, I didn't know when they share. But when I had it and went there, they knew that I'm not a simple member. So they refused to listen to me. They are mobilizing people to support the governor. But they don't supposed to work like this.
All right, Mike, I've got to go.
Imagine 1 billion. What can each of the guys start farming, my brother? They should start farming. Imagine if they start farming now. Next year, we will see food surplus.
Right.
They are just spending our money. And I want to tell them one day each of them make account this money.
All right.
They make account this money.
All right, Mike, thank you. I've got Zion from Jerry. Zion, it's good to hear from you. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Of anything, the money is what they are sharing to the people. So they come account for what? Do you know how many people are benefiting from it?
Zion, let's get your thoughts. We don't fight on the show. Let's get.
That's my thought. I'm not fighting. Sir.
Okay, let's get your
That's
thoughts.
my thought. You say my thoughts.
Okay.
Also. You want to take my thoughts from me?
No, not at all.
Okay, thank you very much. You don't sit at your home comfortably and expect manna to fall. You go out, go to your local government, ask questions. When are you people doing this? Ask questions. When will it get to our unit? Ask questions. You sit down at home, expect the manna to fall. You are a king now, they will give it to you. The area have a problem with the CDCs. The area have it with them. They don't simplify the information to the people.
Zion, are you there? I guess we lost connection. I've got Ida calling from Inkoro. Ida, welcome.
Yeah, Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome.
First of all, I want to thank you for this topic.
Okay.
Most of them are doing well. Some are not doing well. Governor give you something to can empower your people. It's good. Most of them are doing big houses. Most of them are doing well. Most that are doing well, we're not doing hypocrisy. When you see the governor want to jump us, want to do this, if you please, I don't want to mention them, if you please bring those people back. Ones that are not doing well, God is to expose them. Somebody give us to go to the local government and develop the local government.
Well, when you say when you say develop, what do you have in mind?
Okay?
When you're talking about development, what do you have in mind? What's your idea?
My idea is that the local government, the governor cannot go to the local government, rather than create local government to take care of all their local government. To go to the local government, ask people, what is it? What are you lacking? Not to go and share something. Call them up for a town hall meeting. What do people lack? Is it toilet? Is it this? Is it electric? You do it for them. Not to go and share rice, share this, share that,
So
share
needs
that.
assessment.
Not the way to do things.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ida is talking about needs assessment. You can keep your calls coming in. I'd like to hear from you. The phone numbers are out there. But let's do this one. This one says the ongoing empowerment across the 23 LGAs in various states is a good one. However, they should ensure it goes round to all citizens rather using the medium to settle their supporters or use it to woo the few. Is it woo? Are you trying? You're talking about woo or war, which is it? But Nicholas Erasmus, thank you nonetheless. My. And by the way, I should sound it already. I'm going to continue with this conversation for as long as possible because we need to understand if you really are getting empowered, right? Because government is for the people, by the people, and of the people. Now, this was says, good afternoon, Mr. K. My sincere appreciation to the hard-working CTC chairman, but I wonder if the LMA CTC chairman has his own direction other than the directive of the governor during the inauguration or their inauguration, Mr. Bright from Port Harcourt. Let's see this one. This one says, Chief K, when the past administration in the LGA failed to reach out to the people in their locals, With what this present CTC chairman are doing, it is encouraging. Kelechi K. Onwibiko. All right, this one says CTC chairman are doing very well. HA CTC chairman just distributed bags of rice this afternoon to the various wards in HA. Congrats. Confidence leveled them from us as HA. I guess that answers the question Godspire was trying to ask. But we've got JAJ, who is calling me from Port Harcourt Township. JJ, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon to you. JJ, for some reason, your network is unstable and we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. Go ahead.
Yes, I said that assertion that they share to simplify movement is a lie from the pit of hell.
Okay.
Everybody.
What proof?
For instance,
What proof do you have? What proof do you have? You know, I asked the last caller the same.
Everybody are carried along.
Okay.
I tell you, for instance, Ololo Sama of Asari Toro was walking on the way, saw a woman that was selling moi moi, collected moi moi from the woman, ate the moi moi, and noticed that it's very okay. And you know what he did? He bought the entire moi moi for his people and also empowered the woman that